Right, welcome. So this is me finished Great Glen Way, and this is the pack as I dumped it in the garage last night. This is how I got it home. This is not how I used the pack during the walk. It was packed differently, but on the last day it was just throw everything in, get it on the back, let's get home. So I'm just going to quickly run through what I took, what was useful, what wasn't useful. Just a quick run through, not going to be a long one, but as you can see, it's the Leather E45 by Osprey. Pretty good pack. I think I had it too heavy. It was bulging in the wrong places, digging into my back. Yeah, I had about 15 kilos in it, and I think really 10-12 is max. Don't want no more than that. It can't cope, but that's my fault, not the bag. So, right, start with the outside. So we've got water filter, which is Catadine B3. That obviously we used. Certain things in here we didn't even use. Tent bottle for the evening, so you don't have to get out. Toilet tray, which was needed. Sit mat, just a bit of the old cut up mat. So that was enough. Sit mat during the day or in the porch at night time. Tent pegs for the tent. And if you're doing the Great Glen Way, I would recommend that you buy spikes. A lot of forestry tracks, a lot of areas, you either won't get a normal tent peg in, or they'll just bend, or you won't get them in at all. So even a freestanding tent would be better than my Lanshan, which is on here. Rain jacket on the outside. Another little bit of ground sheet, again for the rough ground. That went under my sleeping mat, just to give it protection. Rain trousers, definitely needed. And that's that. Highland Chair Zero. 500 on grams, didn't come out of its bag, not used. It's a pointless carry. By the end of the day, I was done in, didn't wanna sit. No, it was raining, couldn't sit outside as well, so I had to get in the tent. Water bottle. Some drink tablet things, they were good. Rainproof cover, that was obviously needed. And then, of course, so that'd be easy to just get that off. But yeah, cap for those bad hair days and sun, which did come out. Just a little towel hanging on the side of the bag. Used to wipe down the tent in the mornings, get the rain off of it, so it weren't too bad. And then we'll go around here. There's the, there it is. Yeah, that kept happening a lot as well. Didn't really use it, but it did come in handy on the train, because I could put my phone in it and sit and watch a couple of movies. The actual top bit is on the tripod, and I'm using now. Can't find the other one. So yeah, used but not used as such. Oh, it's all tangled up. Right. Fuel bottle for the stove that lived outside. That obviously didn't live outside, but yeah, I brushed my teeth in the train on the way home. I realised I was minging. Walking poles, that were definitely needed, and for the tent. of a freshen up on the way home. So again, they would have been inside the pack. Yeah, other than carabiners and stuff clipped to the outside for hanging or doing whatever, that was my outside stuff. Then in the lid, I had headphones. Only use that on the train, which is a travel adapter. Power lead for my phone, which obviously got used every day. That would have been kept inside in a black dry bag, but that's 50,000 milliamp power pack right there. And I still have 75% charge, and that's done my phone all the time, except when I was on the trains. So, did I say 500 grams? So yeah, well worth it. Yeah, not needed. That goes with that. That I got from Weatherspoons when I finished and had my breakfast. The guidebook that I used. Yeah, got walking maps, pictures. I have highlighted certain things in there. So yeah, that was pretty useful. Pack of face masks, weren't sure what the rules were in Scotland, so I got 2 in there. Shopping bag, because it came in handy last year on the West Island Way, and it weighs nothing. And that's it. Normally, during the day, that wouldn't be in the top pocket, so things like snacks and stuff would be instead. But again, this is just how I came home yesterday. So now we've got the inner part. So again, this was mostly at the top, lightweight hoodie. Then it would have been my tent, which is the Lansham 2. But that would have been in its original stuff stack, making it smaller. Managed to get a shower at the Inverness campsite last night, night before. So that is why that's at the top and wet. Normally it would have been folded right at the very bottom of the pack. Sealskin waterproof socks, use those as my camp shoes. So at the end of the day, I just put those on, and then if I wanted to get out and walk around, I'd just walk around in those, didn't have to put the boots on. Or if I had to put boots on, my bed socks as such stayed dry, because I didn't put them on until I literally went to bed. Just use those. Perfect. Some juice for some water. That's the waterproof bag that my electrics are all in. There's a headlamp, power leads, and a little tiny tent torch. Not used, not come out of that bag at all. The only thing I've used is the power bank. It did not get dark, and if it did get dark, I was asleep. That is a food bag, which is now empty. When I started, literally, that was it. That was as much as I could shut it, and the thing was bulging, and it weighed nearly 2 kilos. So yeah, we have got through it. Again, clothes bag, that was full to the start. As I've got the dirty stuff, that's just been shoved at the bottom of the pack. So, not to mix with cleaner clothes. Pillow, Trekology. Loved it. What we got? The Outkit 50 pot with the alcohol stove, the Stormin Norman cone in there. Worked a treat. Some wipes, some sun cream. What a joke. Just a little Trek towel. Normally would be clipped to the outside of the bag, used for drying pots and bits and bobs in the morning. And then, because I knew it was going to be raining, ordered these bags, can't think of the name of them now, but from the outdoor, can't remember. If I remember, I'll put it on screen now. But yeah, ordered them. Montane Prism coat, jacket, warm coat, synthetic, because again, the damp. Wash kit, toiletries, yeah, again, mostly not used. Sudocreme and Vaseline was used on a few days. When it was raining and you're in the forest and it's humid, you got the waterproofs on, you're sweating and rubbing. So yeah, but again, I only got one shower while I was out there, so, and that was at the end. The X-Bed long and wide mat, perfect. My tent bag, all your bits and bobs that you're gonna need: clothes pegs, knife, fire steel, smidge spray, first aid kit. What else we got? Bootlaces, yeah, any odds and bods, repair tapes, repair kits, all that just goes in there. One place, done. Little tiny sleeping bag, 2-season, yeah, it worked. All of them in there. Again, this would have been tucked into there normally, but 2-section of a windshield. Put my stove on, put my cone on, protect the ground that's underneath, so don't set fire to the grass or anything like that. So that was that. And then we've just got the dirty clothes. So there's socks. That's the bag for the towel. Took this with me as well. Used it on the West Island Way last year. It worked. This year, nah, it didn't work. That's where the microphone is. No, it was somewhere. So yeah, that pretty much sat flat at the bottom of the pack virtually the whole trip as well. But yeah, more t-shirts, underwear. I've got there a bit of rubbish. Knee support, which I managed to battle through without, and a dry bag for blowing up. Well, actually, I've got the mini pump, the flex tail gear mini pump is in there, which I actually used in case anything went wrong with that. That was a spare dry bag and a backup to blow the mat up. And I did take the map thinking if I get done early, I might nip over to Aviemore and have a little wander around there for a day or two. Yeah, nah, we didn't do that. That's it. That is everything. I think when I left the bag was about 14. The chair is 500. that didn't need to go. The clothes, I had 3 short sleeve t-shirts, 1 long sleeve. I had a pair of Rab men's like long john warmer things, leggings, whatever they are, for sleeping in. Probably could have got away with less and just used 1 t-shirt, because I was only there 4 days, and then just at the end change into fresh gear, come home, done. Yeah, that I didn't really use and work. The food, a few of the days I walked that many miles, at the end of it I just didn't even want to eat. So I only took 4 meals and I only ate 2. And there is no pubs and bars and restaurants and stuff. Well, there is, but it was either Sunday, raining, or I'd missed the cut-off times by the time I got to them. So yeah, so there's like 2 dinners I didn't eat. I threw a load of lunches away, which was these naked pops. I just put them in placky bags. Again, lunchtime, it was raining. Didn't want to get the stove out and sit and wait for that to boil up, so I just ate like oat bar type things, you know, snack bars, that sort of stuff. Just kept eating that, and I think the main thing that got me through was that stuff, Kendal mint cake. Took 4 bars, and that's the last one. So I ate 3 plus a couple of blocks of tablet that I bought in some shops. Yeah, and then coffees and a hot chocolate. I've still got stuff left over there, but again, food's your choice. Other than that, yeah, pretty much everything else. Well, torch, lantern, head torch, lantern, didn't use. But it's one of them. You'll get to a point, if something happens and you need it, you need it. That's like saying don't carry a small knife with you. Yeah, you might not need it 9 times out of 10, but that 10th time that you need it, you need it. So, yeah. But yeah, next time, yeah, cut down on the food bits, don't take the chair, and that bag needs to be, either the kit needs to be lighter or that needs to be changed, because that can't do with 14-15 kilos. So that is what I took, not how I packed it, but what I took. So if there's any questions, any comments, then leave them in the box below, and yeah, till the next one.